Welcome to beautiful Bali, guys. We rented this villa. It's actually one bed with a private pool here. We are in an island called Ceningan, and Ceningan Island is approximately 20 minutes boat ride from mainland Bali Island. So basically we came here to analyze property market for some of the clients and draft agreements for them, and we are meeting with different entrepreneurs as well, freelancers, digital nomads, etc. And as you can see here, I'm enjoying in this private pool and taking the time to explain this, basically the difference between Hong Kong company and mainland China company, because this remains to be one of the frequently asked questions by our clients on YouTube here, by viewers. Usual question is, where should I start my company if I want to do business with China? And this business can be different depending on the client. Basically, some of them just buy and sell, and they're not interested in exporting. They're not interested in using the company name specifically to export goods out of China. But some of them, they have preference. They want to use their company name specifically. They want to control the whole process A to Z. Now this is where the difference is, basically. If you think about, analyze the situation, what do you want to do by forming this company? Limited liability concept is understandable. For every business you have to have some sort of limited liability, in the form of LLC. For example, you can start a company in the US, in Wyoming, Nevada, or Delaware, depending on again, small details there. Or you can have LTD, limited company, in Hong Kong, or you can have LTD in China in the form of WFOE, wholly foreign owned enterprise, basically. Now the question is where to start this company. So for that, as I mentioned, there are so many elements we have to really think about. But most importantly, as I explained, what you want to achieve by forming this limited liability. The next step, immediate next step, what is the end goal? Do you want to, as I mentioned, be able to control the whole process A to Z? If that's the case, you should go for mainland China company. Why? Because again, Hong Kong is a separate jurisdiction, guys, to mainland China. Politically, yes, they are linked, but legally they are two separate jurisdictions. What does it mean? It means basically your Hong Kong company does not have the right to export under its name from mainland China. This is your answer here. So if you want to be in control, go for mainland China company. If you don't really care, you just want to have an entity, a limited liability company, which enables you to do business with China more easily compared to different parts of the world. For example, you might have LLC in the US, you might have free zone company in Dubai, or you might have like a Indonesian company. But compared to Hong Kong limited company, all of these jurisdictions, they don't have any advantage because Hong Kong politically again linked to China. And then from business perspective, Hong Kong has free trade agreement with China. Also a bunch of other bilateral agreements, which makes the whole experience much, much easier. And it will enable your company to do business easily. To talk about bank transactions, for example, you receive your payments, for example, to your Hong Kong company. And then you will have multi-currency account basically for your Hong Kong company through fintech. We can help, and you can even pay to your suppliers in yuan. You can pay to your suppliers, pay your suppliers in different other currencies as well. So that is the beauty, and I test it literally every day because I'm based in Hong Kong, and transactions from Hong Kong to mainland and vice versa takes hours, basically, sometimes minutes. It's like instantaneous. It appears in mainland China account, and the opposite side, actually transferring from mainland China back to Hong Kong, really easy. And also another important point is, if you want to have, advantage in taxes, like taxation, Hong Kong is an ideal location, because compared to most of the jurisdictions, again, talk about Dubai, for example. Dubai introduced 9% corporate tax. Of course, there is a threshold. I'm not talking about, 9% will immediately affect you, but it's still, threshold is not much. It's like 375,000 dirhams or something like that. And it touched literally, most of the types of companies. And in the US as well, like, yes, you can claim like offshore status if you're not a tax resident in the US, but still, you have to file for taxes, and potentially you will end up paying some taxes, sales taxes in the US. But in Hong Kong, there's a golden rule. Basically, if your income is coming outside of Hong Kong, that income is not subject to Hong Kong corporate tax. And that makes Hong Kong very attractive jurisdiction for, especially for online businesses. If you are like buying and selling, you don't really care who exports exactly from China. You can use your supplier's company, you can use freight forwarding company to export, but you don't really care, right? As long as the products are exported and you sell under your Hong Kong company name. So for that, you have to go for Hong Kong company. And there's a third category I explained in different videos. You can combine Hong Kong and mainland China company as well. This is also recommended. You can, for example, start a Hong Kong company as a mother company entity, and this Hong Kong company can own your China company as a subsidiary, a child company. This mixture basically creates a unique kind of flexibility for you. Some of the income you can receive to the mother company and leave the profits there tax-free, again, because the income is derived from outside of Hong Kong. It can stay there, Hong Kong can host it for, without tax, basically forever. And the expenses for the products you can transfer to your mainland company, and your mainland company potentially will not pay any corporate tax as well, because in mainland China company you pay corporate tax from the net profit. So that's why, keep the profits in Hong Kong tax free, transfer the expenses like cost of the goods to mainland China, and then from mainland China company transfer it to your suppliers. There's an expense, 100 come, 100 go. Just to give you a little bit, illustration here. And China company is not making any profit, so therefore no corporate tax there. All right, guys. So JR and Firm once again from Bali. Contact us for more details if you're interested in starting a company in Hong Kong, China, Singapore, and many other countries. Book a call. Actually, if you want to talk to me directly about your specific situation, I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you. See you in the next one.